Hello, Judy Matejczyk here, life mastery consultant and world-class paradigm shifter. And welcome to the giving experiment. Thank you so much for taking this time out and giving yourself the time to maybe up level a little bit of where we're giving and where we're thinking at this time in our life. So let's go ahead and get started here. There you go. All right. So take a deep breath in. Yeah, this is the giving experiment. And it's part of our opening doors in 2024. So before we beginning, let me tell you, my name is Judy Matejczyk. My mission is to empower people to create and live a life they love living. Yeah. Let's look at this world, this globe. Empower people to create and live a life they love living. Yeah. And just do this by my belief because I believe in people. So you can even follow along and say we or let's read this together. I believe in people. I know that each one of us is far more powerful and contains more potential than any circumstance, situation, or condition. Boom, love wins. I don't know about you. The conditions in the world now had me spinning in circles. And I found my hat, Love Wins, that I got at this tag sale at church. And I thought, oh, this is good. This is my hat for this season. Love wins. And no matter what, I certainly believe that love, my spirit, and my energy is a winner at all times. All right, there you go. So today, let's start by generating state or a mindset. So bring to mind, take a deep breath in and out, and bring to mind something that you're grateful for. Yeah, put your feet on the ground, get centered, bring to mind something you're grateful for. It could be something you're grateful in that you almost force yourself to be grateful for, you know? Okay, bring to mind something you're grateful for. And now bring to mind something that you're so proud of. You're proud of an accomplishment, and what you learned from that accomplishment of this last couple of days. What are you learning about yourself? All right, so taking that deepening in creating a state of gratitude and something you're proud of and bringing and raising your vibrational level. I'm grateful in this moment and for you for giving yourself the time to see a deeper side of you that's just yearning to grow. So, what is your intention for showing up tonight or whenever you're watching this? What is your intention? You intending to shift. Why would you even be doing this? All right. Well, today, let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Intending to go deeper into a givingness, a gratitude in. I love this picture. There's so much more under the surface than we are seeing. Life, right? We're going to explore underneath. So, this is a giving experiment, right? We're going to start off here. I'm going to go like this, start off with a little video to start us off. I love this. I think it's so cool.
This is a cute taking a look at a person's discovery that if he opens up to a different level of giving, what's going to happen for him. So we'll see this.
All right. So I don't know about you, but I just thought that was just hilarious about how just possibly a little act could just change your whole trajectory of your life. All right, so let's go on. Let's keep going on with this. And boom, boom, boom. There we go. There you go. So there you go. So transformational, life-changing giving is a chosen, cultivated way of living. And gratitude is a way of giving. So write down one area you one area you chose in the past to be grateful in a circumstance, situation, or condition, and it turned all out, and it all turned out. You could stop this video and write down, okay, something from your past where you knew it was maybe a catastrophe, a condition, situation. You took a deep breath and like, okay, I know there's something good here. And then it all turned out. All right. So what is real giving about? And why would we even want to give? And we're going to talk tonight about next level giving. Why do we give? We give celebrating occasions like birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, retirements, graduation. And what do we give? We give tangible gifts, jewelry, hobby, cash, gift cards, right? So gratitude, another tool for life-giving circulation, is gratitude is breathing in and giving is breathing out. Let's do that again. Gratitude is breathing in, giving is breathing out. Giving always precedes and predetermines the reception. Okay? Whether you're giving your thoughts, your word, your service, your deeds, it's in that energy and spirit of giving that predetermines how the answer will be received. So next level giving. So there's low vibrational levels of giving. And the first one is giving to get. I'm going to give you so that I get something in return. Very low vibrational giving, right? Or giving with strings attached. And I definitely have done both of these. Like, okay, the only reason that I'm going to give you this is if you do this, this, and this, and this with what I'm giving you. And I don't know about you, but I like want to go, oh, stop the way. Okay, giving to get, giving with strings attached. And another way to give is giving to live. Now, this is my son Jody, and this is him in his wheelchair. Those of you who have been on this path with me know that it's been almost a year now since he was riding his bike and got hit by a truck. But the story is not that. This is like him giving to live during this healing of him feeding the ducks. He gives to live. They helped him heal. But the story is in that wheelchair. So we would go to the chiropractor, and there was a woman in the chiropractor's office. Her name's Kelsey, and she would be behind the desk whenever we would show up, and he would make progress. He would go, "There's the rock star Jody," and he would like get there's. And but she was a part of this healing process by her giving and enthusiasm, giving her just high energy of aliveness to both of us actually. And he eventually went from a his wheelchair to a walker, to a cane, and eventually rode his bike again. And he's out there riding his bike. But the story isn't in that. The story is in that wheelchair. 2 months ago, we came in, and Kelsey was just crestfallen. And I thought, oh, what's going on? And the couple days before, her son, Corey, got shot on 6th Street in Austin, right here in the head, by a gun. And he was in a coma, and the surgeon said, had written him off pretty much, and didn't give up at all. She found him, this and that, and they kept going and going, and he eventually got out of a coma. And but not when I was talking to her, and I was listening to her, because another way of real giving is giving through listening. One of the highest forms of giving you can do is to listen and not agree with the circumstance, situation, or condition, but seeing beyond that. You don't have to say a thing, but the other person knows that they have been heard. So we left there, and Jody and I looked at each other, and I'm like, okay, if we really believe, we can pray, yeah, but let's take that wheelchair and give it to Kelsey, because we totally believe that her son will be able to walk, will be able to live. And we came in, it was like 2 months later or something like that, and she said, miracles. He not only did he get through rehab, he also is using the wheelchair. This is Corey. He got through rehab. He walks with a cane now. The only thing a couple weeks ago is that he couldn't see because of just all kinds of things that damaged to his skull. And 2 weeks ago, he has had many surgeries already. He's alive. But 2 weeks ago, he's going in for eye surgery, to fix whatever it was. And I just got a text from her today because I wanted to tell you guys a story of the wheelchair, the give to live, the energy in that. And I got a text today, and guess what? The eye surgery was successful. He can see out of his right eye. So in all the energy of giving to live, giving to this, her giving us, what we wrote on the wheelchair was from our one rock star to another. Corey knows Jody's story. And what Kelsey said to me is, I watched you and Jody walk through all this and the energy, and you've given us the energy to keep moving forward and on. Give to live. All right. So, giving encouragement, giving compassion, giving listening, giving kindness are all next level giving. Giving generously matches receiving abundantly. So we give, we receive. Law of circulation. In the giving is the receiving. All right. So here's another little video that I find very powerful. Okay, hang on a second. There it is. All right, now let me get this other little video queued up. And this is a video about a cup of coffee, which at the level of just saying that, it sounds strange, but I wanted to show you this video because this is another level of giving. Here we go.
Karen, that we really find a value in ourselves, a different feeling about ourselves, a self-esteem, a valuing, of being a person of increase in our daily life and in how we are and how we show up. And that puts us in a vibration that is highly attractive to good. The wheel of receiving starts with the giving. You actually spin the wheel of receiving through giving. the one who is in service loses his own life in this larger life, has his own life increased and enriched 1,000 or 1,000,000-fold. So there's a quick video I have about a giving experiment with this young man, and it's called the best cup of coffee I ever had. Here we go.
I will never forget that cup of coffee. Well, a couple of years ago, I was traveling when my schedule worked out on Christmas Eve. I thought the airport was going to be a zoo, so I got there a couple hours early. It wasn't crowded at all, so for me, that means coffee. So I get down into my Terminal D, and I see the green sign. And when I travel these days, I always wear earbuds, so I'm rocking out to Coldplay. And I see the sign, I get in line, and there's one woman in front of me, and she's having a very animated conversation with the barista. She's kind of waving her arms, and they're both smiling and laughing. So I wasn't in a rush, but out of curiosity, I popped out my earbuds. And sure enough, they're going on about their holidays and their plans and the kids and presents. And she starts to move down the line. So it's my turn to order. And I was greeted with this very warm and sincere welcome. This woman said to me, "Hi, my name's Lily. What's your name?" I said, "I'm Ryan." She said, "Ryan, what can I make for you today?" I said, "Well, I want a grande pumpkin spice latte." She said, "You want whipped cream on that, don't you?" I said, yeah, I want the whipped cream. She said, "I'll tell you what I'm going to do." She said, "I'm going to make it extra hot, load it up with whipped cream, sprinkle a little nutmeg on top. That's how I like it. You're going to love it." I said, "Sounds great." She said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Cleveland." She said, "Are you going back to Cleveland to spend a holiday with your family?" I said, "Yes." Now, at this point, I start looking around for the camera, right? I'm trying to get a latte. So I move down the line, and the conversation continues, and she's funny. She's asking me questions about my family and our holiday traditions. She's laughing, and I'm laughing. And she hands me my drink and says to me, "Ryan, have a safe trip back to Cleveland. Go create some extraordinary memories with your family. When you come back through the Minneapolis airport, I want you to stop here and tell me all about it." So I get my drink, I start walking away, and I stop and I look back at this woman, and I think to myself, it's Christmas Eve. Most people would rather be anywhere else in the world than serving coffee in an airport. Not her. It was like she was meant to be there. And I couldn't help myself. I had to go back. So I did. I walked back and I said, "Excuse me, Lily." And she jumps around. "Ryan, is everything okay with the latte?" I said, "No." I said, "The latte is perfect. I just had to come back and ask you, what is your secret to making such meaningful connections over serving coffee?" Well, she corrected me. She said, "Ryan, not serving coffee." I said, "Okay, what are you doing?" She had thought about this. What she told me was, "I'm pouring happiness into people's lives." I said, "You're pouring what? Like, what is pouring happiness?" And her definition of pouring happiness, she wants to be happy in her life. She wants to be around happy people. She cares about her customers. She wants them to come back. So she chooses, even on Christmas Eve, to smile, to have fun, to help people, to just be happy. Instead of just focusing on how to be successful, focus on how to be helpful. The other thing she understands and masters straight away is the very specific and intentional decision around how she chooses to show up, even on Christmas Eve. You know this. A lot of things happen in work and in our lives that are beyond our sphere of influence or control. She doesn't control the weather in Minneapolis. Trust me, I live there. All she gets to own is how she chooses to respond to those things. Decide how you show up. It's interesting. When I met Lily, she would have had no way of knowing this, but I was pretty heavy in the heart and had a lot on my mind. My parents, both retired school teachers, married 45 years. About 3 months before that holiday, I got a call from Mom. We got some really tough medical news about Dad. It was a terminal diagnosis, and we knew we probably weren't going to have a lot of time. So I was sitting in that airport on Christmas Eve, not in the best place in the world. I will never forget that cup of coffee. When you decide to show up consistently as the best version of who you are, it gives you your best opportunity to meet people where they are. And you never know when someone needs you to be your best.
Yeah. Let's take a deep breath in on that. Yeah. How are you showing up in the world? How are you showing up in the world? No guilt here. This is just an awareness. An awareness. How are you choosing to show up in the world and for life? All right. Let me see. We're going to go. The best cups of coffee I ever had. So here's the giving experiment. What are your particular gifts? Is it music, sewing, speaking, cooking, listening, smiling? Where is it that you know that you have a gift to give? And are you willing to enter into a giving experiment this week or this month? This is a giving experiment. This is an experiment for you. An experiment to give, but you're also receiving. So be prepared to receive the response or results of your giving. And that will be an up level of your own energy. All right. So here's next level giving. Give without keeping score. Give without expectation of anything in return. Give attention. Give compassion. Give the benefit of the doubt. Give a true compliment. Give to live. All right. So take some time now and journal 5 ways in which you can give. 5 ways in which you can give. And remember, we're talking give to live. Or anything else, it doesn't really matter. But we're taking a notebook with us this week and commit to writing down 5 times during the day, a day, when you focus on giving. For me, sometimes it's giving a smile, talking to the cashier, just saying, man, that's really a cool looking shirt. I wish, where'd you get that? And watch how you feel at the end of the day and journal that as well. So, last video, which is another way. So this is a video about a teacher, school teacher, who saw something, and perhaps you had a school teacher like this, perhaps you didn't, but this is a very special, okay, about praise. And what you praise, you raise. So watch this final video.
This is us when we're looking for things to praise. We move into an amplified vibration. And that gratitude is expressed through praise. So gratitude and giving go together. So let's see our last video of the night. This is a little boy who had a habit, he had a way of being that was getting him a lot of criticism. And how this one person found a way to help raise him up with some giving in a completely unique way.
I have a lot of memories from when I was a child. One that's always stuck out to me, though, was when I was about 10 years old, and I was in school, and I struggled. And I didn't struggle with English, math, or science. I struggled holding still. And I would try to listen, and focus, and process ideas, but I couldn't help myself. And to be honest, I would sit there, and then I would just start tapping, and the students in the class would look at me, and they'd say, "Hey, stop tapping." A lot of the time, I didn't even realize I was doing it. And then eventually even the teachers got after me, and they would yell at me, and they'd say, Clint, you have to stop tapping. It got so bad that I got sent to the principal's office for tapping. And he said to me, okay, maybe when you go back to class, just try sitting on your hands. So I did. I went back to class, and when I felt myself starting to tap, I did this. I sat on my hands. And that worked for about 5 seconds. One time I was tapping in class, and my teacher, Mr. Jensen, he looked at me, and he yelled. And he said, Clint, stay after class. And I thought to myself, this is it. I am done. Now, I've always been the type of person that believes that a single moment in time can change a person's life. And this was one of those moments for me, and I will never forget it. So I was sitting there with Mr. Jensen and an empty classroom. And he walked past me, and he sat next to his desk, and he said, Clint, come here. I want to talk to you. And as he looked me right in the eye, he said, now, I need you to know something. You're not in trouble. But I do have just one question that I have to ask you. And he asked, he said, have you ever thought about playing the drums? And in that moment, Mr. Jensen, he leaned back and he opened the top drawer of his desk. And he reached in and he pulled out my very first pair of drumsticks. And he held them in his hands and he looked at me and he said, hey, Clint, you're not a problem. I think you're a drummer. From that moment on, I've never put those sticks down. I've toured, recorded, and played drums all over the world. My whole college education was paid for with drumsticks in my hand. Just because of a single moment in time, when somebody believed in me, and he saw something in me that I didn't even see within myself. And from that moment, I learned that there's a difference between being the best in the world and being the best for the world.
Yes, there's a difference of being the best in the world and also the best for the world. So I want to leave you with let's say, an affirmation for this week. And as you go through this, here you go. Through this experiment, I am growing my capacity to begin, live, and end my day in the spirit of authentic, expansive, next level giving. I am growing my capacity to begin, live, and end my day in a spirit of authentic, next level, expansive giving. So, with that, giving experiment begin. And I also want to give you an opportunity, if to get contact me. Let's have a conversation. Perhaps I can give you some ideas of your vision, and just knowing that you matter. And that is so important, that you matter not only to you and your community, but the entire universe. So this is Judy Matejczyk here, award-winning life mastery consultant. Give to live. Let's do an experiment. Message me, tell me how you're doing, and let's commit. I'm committed, you're committed. So this has been my gift to you. Over and out. Thank you so much for being here. Totally appreciate you.